At WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It's 7:09. Welcome to hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. How are you? It's Bert, 68 fair. Another day up around 90 today. We'll get the full forecast, 7:15, another traffic update too. And in this 7 o'clock hour, our Birdman and Baseball Prize Pack contest. Your chance to win both prizes coming up in just a little bit. Let me get to the Miller Lite Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. And you know that we love to feature Jersey authors on this show, writing great books, sometimes autobiographical books, sometimes fiction books. But it's always great to kind of talk about the great works that are coming out of Jersey. My guest who is with me now has written a book called Just a Poor Boy from Woodbury Heights, and just kind of like a great story of his life at a really interesting time and an interesting place in Jersey. So let me welcome the author who is with us here this morning. This is Lindy Ingram on WCTC. Lindy, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
I'm good. It is great to speak to you, and thank you for your service to our country as well, sir, and we really appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
Do you have one of these lives where somebody said, Lindy, one day you have to sit down and write a book of all your experiences?
That's true. Yeah. It was my doing that because I was doing so much, and I stopped and said, "See, I did that, and I wrote that down." So I kept writing things down, and I then put them together. I was born in 7/12/27 in Woodbury Heights, and moved to Sewell for a while, then come back to Woodbury Heights, and we lived in a tent for back in 1930. We lived in a tent.
Tents? You had people living in tents in New Jersey in 1930?
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
That's when things were really tough.
I guess so. We've come a long way. Well, the Depression, yeah, you survived that, though, of course, then, right?
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah.
Man, oh man. You've run a bunch of successful businesses. You've given to charities. You've done great work, obviously, with your family. What are you most proud of, Lindy? Is it your service to the country, or what are you most proud of in your life?
Oh, it all counts. It
Yeah.
all counts. I enjoy all of it and what I did and so forth. I think about that awful lot because I was over in Guam and did a lot of work over there for like a year or so, and I was in naval intelligence.
Oh boy!
Was over there for over a year.
So this was Pacific Theater that you were in.
What's that?
This was the Pacific Theater then in the Navy
That's
in
right,
Guam.
yeah. I
Right.
was on Guam.
Oh man!
Yeah, I was there when we sent the bomb up to the Japanese. I was there.
Wow.
And working with that.
Man.
Yeah.
You've flown your own plane. You've cheated death several times, Lindy. Is that right? Share one of your near-death experiences with me.
Yeah, and I started flying in 1935, and I bought an airplane, and I had a couple experiences. I was down in Florida one time, and I was doing some work down there, and the people that I was with said, "We got a fellow here." I didn't have my plane; I flew down, but they said, "We have a fellow here from Germany, and he was a pilot, and he wanted to fly back from Florida to New Jersey."
Mm-hmm.
And the fellow said, will you fly with him? He needs some help. I said, sure, because he was from over in Germany.
Yeah.
And the heat wasn't too well around here. So we got into the plane, and when we started out, we were hit into a bad storm, and we spent about 2 or 3 hours getting out of that and coming north. And we got up into Philadelphia, and this fellow was from Germany, and he wasn't too. He didn't know too much around Philadelphia. So he said, "Will you guide me, because I can't use my instruments, and we're going to have an awful time getting down." So he said, "You know it around here." So I told him when we got near the river, make a left. We got out on
make a left at the river.
Yeah, make a left at the river. We found
That's great.
We landed and finally landed.
Wow.
You watch when you get down, we don't hit something. So it worked. It worked out.
Thank goodness for you it did. They say flying is the second greatest thrill. Landing a plane is the greatest thrill, right?
Yeah.
Right. You played baseball competitively into your 70s. How important was baseball and sports for you growing up?
Oh, I did it all my life.
Yeah?
Yeah. I started in high school when I was 14 years old, and I wound up at 75 years old playing out in Arizona, and it was like very, very hot. It was like 106 degrees,
man.
And I was 5 days I stayed there and caught out there, and then I finally gave it up after I was 75 years old.
Yeah,
baseball from the time I was 12 years old to I was 75.
Good for you. I mean, even if you're 25, 106 degrees is too hot for baseball. You're right.
You got that right.
And congratulations to you. You're also in 2 local sports Hall of Fames for the work that you've done there, Lindy.
2 of them.
What a life. What a rich, rewarding life you've lived. And I want people to check out your book. It's called Just a Poor Boy from Woodbury Heights, Scenes from a Hard Knock Life. And the author is Lindy Ingram, who's with me here now on WCTC. Lindy, it was great speaking with you. Your generation of people, I could sit down and talk for hours. The World War II generation that have seen and done so many things. So I'd love to talk longer, and maybe one of these days we will. But thank you for the time this morning. And thank you for your service.
If they want a book, it's available on Amazon.
Amazon. Just look for Lindy Ingram, Ingram, right?
Right, you got it.
All right. Congratulations with the book.
What is your name?
I'm Bert from WCTC Radio in New Brunswick.
Oh, it's good to know. I could call you someone. What's your phone number?
I'll have my producer Justin give it to you. Maybe we'll sit down and chat one day. How's that?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you for your service, and it was an honor to speak with you this morning, Lindy. Have a great day. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you as well. Thank you. Listen, a World War II veteran does